Hello and welcome to a new Learn Sanskrit video here, and in this video we are doing the second exercises bunch or second batch of exercises for lesson 12. So in the first exercises video for lesson 12 we had shorter sentences which were lesson specific for only lesson 12, but in this video what we're doing now is that we are using our accumulated knowledge throughout the whole course so far, from lesson 1, 2, 3 up until this one, until lesson 12. And so we are building longer sentences, and we're using our complete vocabulary so far, and complete grammar and syntax rules and all these. So let us start by saying that in this video then we are doing 2 sheets of exercises. We are doing the A sheet 1 and B sheet 1 and B sheet 2, and B stands for accumulated exercises then. And in the previous video we saw the A1 and A2 sheets. So okay, so let's start with B1 then, the accumulated one. So we are on these 2 sheets in this video we are only doing Devanagari to English. So we have number 1. So we have asti, naraha, dasha, rata, not so beautiful. Maybe we should just fix this up. You go more like this, more. It's not always too easy to work with this pen and tablet thing here, but we are learning. Okay, Dasharataha. We should have a little stroke there. Dasharataha nama. Long nam. Like that, and end of sentence. And then also saha, dasaha, saha, dasaha, asti. End of sentence. So in exercise 1 then we have actually 2 sentences that we're going to do. Okay, exercise 2. Jano aham E, vira, tvam, and then we have nripa, nripa, ha, saha. Nripa, saha. End of sentence. So in this number 2 there we have 3 short sentences. And then number 3, dasa, whoops, I mixed them up. Excuse me, okay. Alright, I'll fix number 2. I actually have to fix number 2. I'll get back to that. I'll just copy down everything from 2 down to 3 except the first word. And then we'll rewrite number 2. Viraha, tvam, and nripa, saha. Saha. Okay. And so I will see, we have get our eraser up and running here. That, and restore it like that. Now get taha, gachataha, charya ha, acharya, cha, agachati, gachati. There is number 2. Jano gachataha, acharya cha, agachati. Alright, so now B1, the first sheet here, B1 is done. I think, yes, looks good. And then we take B2. We write them up here as well. And the first one is asti. Whoops. Could be nicer. Oh. Asti Janaha Ramaha Nama. Asti Janaha Ramaha Nama. And then we have Saha Charyaha Asti. And end of sentence. So we have two sentences there on number 1 and number 2 now. Vam Gachavaha Avam Gachavaha Yuvam You. Maybe we can do this nicer. You Vam Cha See the oops Taha Avam Gachavaha Yuvam Cha Siddhataha. Okay, and number 3. Gajaha Ashvaha Cha Dhavataha Dhavataha we have one more word there. what should we do there? Okay, let's erase it once more here. I forgot the first word of the sentence because I modified the sentence just prior to starting this lecture, so, or starting this lesson here now, so I made a mistake. Okay, so I have another word here in the beginning. Atra. Atra gajah. Ashva. Cha. Dhavatah. End of sentence. Okay. And then tatra kakah. Tatra kakah. Ka the T. Okay. Atra gajjah ashvah cha dhavatah tatra kaka khadati. Okay, good. So now we have the exercises prepared. So now I'll go back to number 1 and I'll keep this open for 5 seconds so you can stop the video, and if you haven't already you can copy down to your own paper and then solve it yourself. So 5 seconds on B1 and 5 seconds on B2, so you can stop 2 times. And now 5 seconds for B2. And now I'll just simply go back to B1 and start solving this. Alright, number 1 here then, B1. Let's see if we can get our pointer here. And we'll do the transliteration as usual. Asti Nara Dasha Ratta Ha is sorry at the end there, and Nama, long A, Nama. And we have end of sentence, and we have another sentence. Saha Dasaha Asti. End of sentence. Okay. Now we take our usual eswo here, English with Sanskrit word order. and since here asti stands in the very beginning, we are assuming, if nothing else shows up, we are assuming that this is the special translation as there is. Instead of he is, or instead of she is, or instead of it is, we use the standard, like the storytelling sort of beginning. Once upon a time, there is a... Okay, so there is Naraha, so there's a man, and usually when we use this there is start or the beginning, when asti stands in this position here first in the sentence, we usually will not translate it as the man, but instead as a man, because we don't know who it is yet. There is a man, and we use hyphens since we are in eswo. On the eswo line we group the words together, so we get one Sanskrit word each group there. So Dasharataha is a name, so we can Dasharata, and we use simply the stem here. So the Sanskrit stem of Dasharataha ends in the A there. So that is the dictionary lookup term, we can say. The visarga here at the end, the H with the dot under here, is the nominative singular of such a noun. So when we're translating a proper name like that into English, we just skip the visarga at the end, and we end up with Dasharata in this case. So there is a man, Dasharata Nama, and this is of course the what we so far have, we use as a standard translation here, named. But we also keep in mind, of course, that this in Sanskrit nama here works backwards, so that which is named is always placed to the left of it, which means that Dasharata, in the sentence, Dasharata is mentioned before Nama. But in English, of course, we will have to fix that on the next line there. And then Saha, he, pronoun he, Dasaha, so it's servant. The servant or a servant, but the default is the servant. And asti, he is, and end of that. And we should maybe do that also for like that, so it's... And now we do the English. We clean up the hyphens there is. A man. And then what we will have to do, we will have to there is a man, so we will have to switch these two here, the order of these guys named or called. Well, we can use, whoops, the right color, called, named or called or by the name of Dasharatha. And then, of course, he is the servant or a servant. Whatever you decide. Okay, good. So we have B, the first exercise on B1 we have finished. Let's go on to number 2. Janau gacchatuh acharyah cha agacchati. So we do our transliteration. Janau gacchatuh acharyah cha long A there, agacchati. So here we have one of these new endings of the noun here. We are in dual case. The AU's ending. So we have one person is janah, but two persons is janau. So it's dual number. So we'll have to write the two persons. That's janau, right? Then we have gacchatuh, and so they two go, and then comes the acharya, the teacher, and we have a cha, and then we have agacchati, and this is agacchati, then is third person singular, so it's he comes. Gacchati is he goes, and agacchati is he comes. So that's the eswo line, Sanskrit word order, and so now we have to clean it up a little bit. And what we need to do then basically is we need to fix this one here. And install it in the right place. The question is just, what is the right place? Well, I'll do the translation first, and then well, we can say simply that our best guess is that The English word order will be that we are moving the and before the next word. So that's a sort of our initial guess. So let's do that. We just quickly just wing it. Okay, so now we're just we're cleaning it up into English now. So we are starting off nicely with a big the, and we have no hyphens, the two persons, and we are simplifying the verb in the sense that we are removing the hyphens there. So in essence we are doing like that. Now when we are moving down to the English line, the two persons go, and then the and, let's put it before here, and then we do the teacher. And again here, as for the verb, we are simplifying this one because we don't need this implicit he here in the verb, because the he is already specified as the teacher. So that would be redundant to write the teacher he comes. So we just write the teacher comes here. So does this make sense? Did we actually put the and in the right spot? That is the question, and the answer is we did, because if we're now looking at the sentence, we see that it makes sense that this sentence is composed out of two clauses, clause 1 and clause 2. And so this is an and, like a clause and. This is not a word and connecting two single words. This is a and which connects two clauses. And each clause here could have been a separate sentence, and that's the whole. It's a complete unit, so to speak. So this is another type of and than if we were just to mention like two verbs and then an and, or we could have two nouns and then an and. But this is a more complex and, we could say then, because we're grouping bigger chunks of words, namely clauses, right? So that's the whole point. Then we have sort of verified that this is intelligible, and let's move on to number 3. And we start with our transliteration as usual. Das aham, Vida tvam, and then nripaha, saha. So here then the question is, what is this? And well, the short answer is this. This is a group of 3 sentences. Dasaha aham is 1, viraha tvam is 1, and nripaha saha is 1. And all of these three sentences are nominative. Well, how did I say that? They are nominative, that's for sure, because dasaha, the ending H here, is a nominative ending for singular. But what I was referring to was, let's see, we have the exact phrase that I am using. What is that? Well, they are called nominal sentences or nominal constructions. And that refers to the idea that there is no verb in them, explicit. So we are talking about sentences which do not have either asti or bhavati or any other verb. So the verb is tacit. It's understood to be there somewhere, but it's not written. It's not actually appearing. And then the question is then, how should we translate these? Because as if you followed this course, a couple of I'm not sure if this was in lesson 10 or lesson 11 or something like that. Yeah, lesson 11. It's lesson 11, nominal sentences. Okay, so if you go to lesson 11, I'll write it here, lesson 11, nominal sentences or constructions. Sentences, constructions. So in that lesson we had two syntaxes. We have subject and the non-subject, or the non-subject and the subject. So these are, and this was number 1 and this was number 2. So the question is, when we are confronted with such a nominal sentence, which one is the subject? And then in my interpretation of this exercise, I prefer to say that aham I prefer to say that the pronoun is the subject. That feels most natural to me. Some other person may disagree, but in my limited experience, aham is the subject. So what we're looking at here, in this case, then we're looking at the subject mentioned. If we can move to the red again here. So I'm looking here at this as a subject, and that is the non-subject. And similarly here, twam as a subject and sah as a subject. So that's my guess. That's how I would translate it. And so therefore the implicit verb here, which never is mentioned, is asmi here. Aham asmi dasaha, for example. So it's not dasaha aham asti. It's not dasaha asti. It's aham asmi. Since I am interpreting this sentence with syntax 2. But you can go to lesson 11 to see how I do it there, if you're interested in more details. Alright, so we have dasaha aham. So then in eswo, we still keep the order as written in the Devanagari and in the transliteration, but the Sanskrit I add here then the verb here, asmi, I am, and I also say then syntax 2. So I know that when I go to the English translation, that I will flip it. Alright, so the servant I am. And viraha, so the hero, you, singular, you are, syntax 2. And then we have nripaha, the king, he is. Right, and then we do the English here, where we flip the subject and the non-subject. So I am the servant. You are the hero, and he is the king. Alright, so that looks good. We have completed the B1 sheet, and now let's start solving the B2 sheet. Start with the transliteration here. Asti Janaha Ramaha Nama. Saha Acharyaha Asti. So there is Asti initial position. We assume it's there is instead of it is or he is or she is. So there is, and then once more we will choose an indefinite article here for Janaha. There is a person, Rama, named. He, the teacher, he is. And now we fix it up in English. Oh, so this is eswo as usually here in English. And we remove the hyphens. There is a person, and we change the word order, named Rama. He is the teacher or a teacher. Alright, that's number one. And number two, we have long ah here, and another one, long ah, awam, gacha, gachavaha, gachavaha, yuvam cha, c, long e, c, d, t, h. Okay, and so the pronoun awam, we too, gachavaha. So we are gachati here, and but we too go, and we have yuvam, another pronoun, you two, the two of you, and sidati, but some other form here, which is the second person dual form, so it becomes you two sit, like that. So so we two go, and then of course we have to switch to the form switch the position of the and here, and this is once more a clause type of and. We to go, so we'll move it one step to the left, and then we'll check that we have check that we have two clauses, and we'll do that. So we have one clause here and one clause there. So that's the proper way of doing it. And here, but we're here when we, of course, when we look at this here in the English, in the last, on this last line here, on the English line, we should move and one step to the right, but then but in the clean English here on the last line we have removed the hyphens. So then the temptation would be to put the and after you, but we have to remember that we actually have a hyphen there, so the and has to go after you too, which represents yuvam there, so it has to be yuvam cha sidata. Okay, so that's the virtue of keeping the hyphens together as long as possible, so that we can do these regroupings of the conjunctions and disjunctions, etc. Okay, let's move on to the last exercise, number 3. And we start with the transliteration directly here. Atra gajah ashvaha cha dhawataha. And then we have tatra kakaha, long a, kakaha, kakaha, kadati. So here, atra, here, gajah, the elephant, ashvah, the horse, cha, dhawataha. So we have to have a long a there also. Dhawataha. Oh, of course we have to, oops, let's see if I can get back my color. Okay, here it is. Have to have an English word there, preferably. The horse and dhavati, but what is form is this? This is second person dual, so you no, this is of course third person dual, sorry, third person dual, my bad here. So it's simply they two, They too do something, namely dhavati. So they are running. They too run. And then we continue there, tatra, there, kakaha. So the crow, and khadati, it's about eating. That's always interesting. Eating. The crow is he eats. Alright, so clean this up. We have the eswo and we have the English. Here the elephant. And we try to move the and one step to the left, and the horse. Here the elephant and the horse run. There the crow eats. So here in the English, in the Sanskrit sentence, here we have gajjaha and ashvaha together making up a dual verb. So dhavataha is dual. But in English, 1 plus 1 is not dual, but it is plural, right? So run is plural here in English, but it's not plural in Sanskrit, because 2 equals dual. So since English includes dual into plural, this is the procedure. Alright, so here the elephant and the horse run. And here another observation here in this sentence is that this is not a clause type of and. What we are adding together here are simply 2 nouns. So it's the gajjaha and ashvaha that we so it's a word type of and, not a clause type of and. Okay, good. So here the elephant and the horse run. There the crow eats. Okay, good. I think we're practically finished. The punctuation seems reasonable also. And that, I think, concludes the second exercise video here for lesson 12, and I'll see you in exercise video 3 for lesson 12. And I hope you're having a really good day, and see you in the next video then. Okay, bye bye.